All right, we got an unboxing, so let's get this opened up. Came in, it took about, I would say, 17 full days to get here. And, well, looks like I cut through both layers. But yeah, I guess, here. It came in a package inside of a package. Make sure none of my information's on there. And let's see what kind of box they got going on here. This is different than any of the other stuff that I've gotten from the one, because they usually have like less packaging. This is my first time ever seeing like a cardboard box like this. It's kind of cool. It's kind of sturdy too. Wow, look at that. Got the foam and everything. I'm kind of wondering, okay, yeah, so weird new packaging. It looks good. I have never seen this before from them. And they also still included all the stuff that it usually comes with. So we have our little Velcro thingy that I don't know if anybody else ever keeps them, but I use them. The bit that always strips, so that's kind of cool. And then looks like extra hardware, washers, bushings, pivots, and screws. So hell yeah, this is actually very valuable to me because I use these all the time when I'm tuning my Balisongs. As you can see, I have my toolbox here, and I put each individual one. So I'll put these in one of these little compartments because it's good to keep them there, and then I can just remember. I always write the names of them on there. So like for these ones, you can see that it has these are the rep ones. So for the rep, all the hardware is there with that one. But let's get back to the unboxing and first impressions. All right, so we'll put all this to the side for a second. Good that they included it. Definitely impressed that they've upped their game as far as their packaging goes, because this is a first for me having an unboxing experience like that with the one. So very, very cool. But let's get right into the knife. All right. And it's completely lubed up like you would expect with anything from the one. But let's get a weight on it. So I got a little scale. And let's see what we're working with here. Zero it out. By the way, this pocket knife I'm using is a William Henry. A very, very beautiful knife. It's a custom. My dad actually gave it to me. He found it at a pawn shop, but I think they retail for something around probably like $1,000. So come on. All right, we got the pound ounce, so 4 ounces I think is what it's saying here. That's not necessarily 100% all the time with this scale. Let's see, we get the Chab clone, and it is at 4.2, so it's actually lighter than this, which is very surprising. Let's see, with the rep clone 4, so these two are going to be almost the exact same weight. Of course, it's not something like aluminum. These handles are titanium. The aluminum, we got the Alien 3.2, so obviously substantially lighter. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this rag that I have here and clean all this grease off because I'm not a fan of it. But yeah. Okay. So here we have it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open it up so you can see. It feels very smooth. There's a crusty fingerprint on there. I don't know if you can see that. Somebody's crusty ass fingerprint is just on here, so I'm gonna clean that off too. But that also kind of sheds light on another subject, which is that most likely this has been touched by other hands, and that's probably part of the new boxing process. And I guess that's a good thing, because maybe it means that it'll have good tolerances. I don't know if it's got factory oil or what. It feels very slow as I'm moving it with my initial impressions. It is smooth, but it feels it feels weird, so I can't really say what that is. But let me move this scale, and let's see if I can get this tolerance test. There you go. So yeah, that's definitely interesting. It flips nothing like I had expected. Let's see if it has tap or play. no tap. And wow, no play. That is insane. This is the least amount of play I've ever seen on a knife. And it feels very neutral, like they said it would be. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure if this is the V1 or the V2, but it's got the speed channel. You can see on the side here. Obviously, this is a pinsless design, and I don't know how that's going to fare over time, but as you can see, it just runs and hits the insides right there. And so I don't think this one has the hidden Zen pins like some of them have had. But now that I'm kind of warming up to it, I think it just needed to kind of get heated up, get some of that factory oil off of it. I mean, it'll flip. Whoa. I'm in a very confined space, but let's see. I'm going to put some of this oil on it. And this is actually a little blend that my dad makes. And I'll do a video on that later because it works good. I mean, it's pretty good oil. So let's get these a little lubed up, and let's get it maybe hopefully swinging a little smoother. I'm pretty sure this thing has perfect bushings because it didn't seem to me that they were oversized, and I'm pretty sure they're not undersized. But matter of fact, as a way to check that, I'm going to go ahead and torque down on it a little bit, and we will see just how good it fares. So yeah, so the price on this, I believe, was about $97, and I paid for the faster shipping, and I think it was like an extra $5. On top of that, it took about 17 days to come in, and I don't know, the faster shipping, obviously it's not going to arrive whenever it says that it's going to, but it still arrived, so I'm happy about that. Looks like it's using a T8. Let's see, I'm going to tighten these down a little bit, and I'm going to kind of torque a little. Nothing too crazy, I don't want to strip it. My hands are shaking from boxing, if you're wondering why my hands are shaking. So, looks to me like we do not have, I mean, what's the handle swing like? Let's see. It's pretty good. What about here? And I don't see for there to be any stick on either side. Whoa. Maybe a little bit of stick on this one right here on the bite handle, and maybe that's why I was having trouble flipping it earlier. But the bite handle actually might have a bushing that is just very ever so slightly undersized, but I'm not really 100% sure on that. But man, this thing actually flips really good. Let's see if we can get a shortstop. Here we go. Ooh, almost cut myself. This thing is pretty sharp. I'm actually gonna do a sharpness test. So I just use this little paper right here, and we're gonna see how sharp it is. Well, that's not very promising. So it's not razor sharp, but it's also, I mean, well, certain areas it might have a burr or something. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of got a weird grind on it. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously not like, well, wow, I need sharp, that's embarrassing. But yeah, so it's obviously not screaming sharp, but I mean, for Balisongs, I mean, that's not necessarily something that you need. But yeah, for my first impressions, I actually am very impressed with this knife. It seems to be like it's doing very well, and I couldn't be more impressed by it. So yeah, that's my unboxing and first impressions. Obviously we'll have to see over time how it fares. I'm the type of guy where I use the shit out of my knives. So, I mean, this one, they all get dropped. They all get used. But I'm going to be honest, the way that this feels right now and the way that it's flipping, I feel like it has so much promise to do so much better than a lot of these other ones. And, oh shit. But yeah, I think it's, well, whatever. I think it's definitely looking like it could have a lot of potential compared to these other ones. And you can definitely feel how neutral it is. It definitely has a more neutral type of feel. So one last thing, I guess I'll try to practice. I'll try to do a quick aerial. I know this is not going to end well for me. Here we go. Oh, okay. Well, that's the video. That's the first impressions. I'll do a full-blown review later. But for now, I think this is a great knife. It looks like a 10 out of 10. It came in fairly quickly. And that's something that I can appreciate. And it feels like it's got great quality. It's a good knife. I'm definitely glad that I had chosen to get it. So I guess that's just about everything. All right, signing off.